Hey guys, it's Anthony Romrell, and in this video we're going to continue to finish up our jump. So if I select my character here, you can see I have a key on 1, and then on 7 as we're bringing down the weight to jump, on 12 where we're on the tip of our toes, we've thrown a weight up in the air, and 17 we're all the way in the air. We could probably crunch our character together just a little bit more. Then from 17 to 22, our toes are touching the ground. 27, we're bringing down the weight. 32, we're starting to settle our character. And 40, we're going back to our initial pose, so it looks like a loop. So when I push play, it looks a bit like this. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to work on a straight ahead run. Okay. And so we're going to select our character. If you're not in animation mode, we're going to go from general to animation, and we're going to start by cleaning up our frames. Right, we will start by selecting all of our frames, going from stepped to clicking this one here, which will give us a flat view of it, and then we will go piece by piece. And the first thing we're going to do is just look at our keys. So if we push play on our animation, we're going to get something that looks like this. It's a little soft, right? So, right here from 7 to 12, you can see that our feet go through the floor. So we're going to need to manage that one, okay? And you can see as we're jumping up, we jump and we don't hold it all in the top of that jump, and before we come straight down, we're going through the floor, right? So we've got to correct those things. So again, our poses are good. The in-betweens aren't good. So we're going to focus on repairing that. So let's go from 7 to 12. So from 7 to 12, these feet should be holding. Okay, so let's just go from 7 right here. We'll select the foot controls, and let's start by eliminating keys we don't need. So there's all these extra keys that are just flat, and they're in the way of our graph editor. So rotate Y, there's nothing. So delete those keys. Rotate X, okay. Now here we're getting somewhere. So right here, it should go from 7 to maybe about here, right? So let's put in an in-between on 9. Let's go to about right before 12, so maybe frame 10. And let's just copy. Let's go from frame 7, copy that key. And let's go to 10 and paste that key. Right? So we've done that on 1 foot successfully. Good. We could put a hold on it, but we want that key there anyway. Okay, and let's do that same thing with this foot. Okay, so we're going to go to frame 7. Let's copy that key, and frame 10 and paste it. Okay, now you can see it going from 10, it's holding correctly. Now we're jumping through the floor just a little bit. So let's then go to between frame 10 and 12, and let's modify it. So let's modify 10. Let's start by getting rid of some of these extra keys we don't need. Right? They tend to just get in the way, I found. So what we're going to do is we just have a subtle shift here on frame 10. So we're going to take frame 10, and we're going to break this tangent. So we're going to come over here. There's a button we select to break the tangents, which is this one. We'll break the tangent, and then the in tangent stays the same. The out tangent stays different. So when we get between here and here, let's try that again. Let's do a different break. And we did want to break the tangent. So we break the tangent. Let's hit F. Okay, let's select that one more time. break the tangent, Yeah, and see we're pulling that. You can see the foot roll. So we're just going to dip down without adding a bunch of new keys. Same with this foot right here. Okay, let's get rid of some of these flat keys. Right, no reason to have them. And let's go to rotate X, and let's select this key. Let's hit F. Let's frame that tangent. Let's break that tangent here. And then we could take this key and pull it so you can see it's going below the floor. So we've got between here and here. Now those feet are staying on the ground, going into that jump. So just a nice little fix to that particular problem. Okay, now that we've got the feet resolved, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to zoom out just a little bit, and we'll just select all our controls. We're going to go to 17, and the problem is we stay at 17, but we don't stay long enough on 17. We really need the same pose to hold for just a minute. Give us a chance, right? So, there's a couple ways to resolve it, but what we'll do is we'll just select all the controls. We will grab 17, and we'll move it to 15, and then we're gonna let's do this one more time. We'll move it to 15. Okay, and then we will take 15 and copy it, and we'll go to 18 and paste it. Okay, and you can see now we're hanging, but there's nothing happening between 15 and 17. It's not quite enough, right? So it's not quite what we want. Okay, so and actually, here's another correction we could do. We could take 15, move it to 16, and go 16, 17, hold. So we got just a bit of a hold there. And we can decide, between maybe 16 and 18. And then we could do just a little bit of in-betweening. Okay, so, or another option we could do, we could just leave this at 17. Okay, so we'll move this keyframe back to 17. We could do that. And what we could do is on the way to 15, just bring things up a little faster to hold it a little longer. So we could take this object here and nudge it up just a little bit, right? So we could say, let's break this tangent. Let's clear out these empty tangents and say from here, rather than this being a flat spline, we'll just adjust it so we have a little bit more hang time. And then on the way out, same here with this key, right? Have it hang just a little longer. Okay, now on the feet, let's just make those so that these stay longer. Let's select both these feet. And we will go, so up. Our feet are coming up. Let's make our feet come up much sooner. So let's just set a key on 17 with our feet. Right, we'll set a key there. And bring these feet up. Hit W. Select these controls. And just bring these up just a little more on 17. And then we'll frame our keys. We'll select both these objects. Frame our keys. We've got a lot of flat keys. That's not the right one. We'll just zoom in here. Select the right control. Okay, let's hit F to frame our keys. Boy, too many keys. Delete those. Hit F again. And translate. Yep, we want that one. That's flat, no keys. Let's go back to hit F on that one. Okay, and we'll just, that works. Okay, so we want our legs up sooner. Hold them a little longer. Let's hold them a little longer. So we will say, let's set a key here on frame. Let's say 20. Let's have these, 19, frame 19. Let's hit W. Let's push these feet up. Key that. Take this foot. Push it up. Key that. There we go. Now it put some step keys on there, right? We'll just take our tangents of these step feet. We'll flatten them. Can find it. There it is. Right. So got a little bit of hang time now. That foot staying too long. Because it's stepped. Yeah, we got to select this control. You can see the key here where it's stepped, and we'll flatten it. All right, and you can see we're making some better transitions. And you're going to want to do that throughout the rest of your animation. Clean up your transitions. Same way, when we're landing on the ground, right? Those feet are going through. Stop there. Let's rekey it and adjust. Make our adjustments as appropriate. And as you work through that straight ahead one, you'll see your animation start to work out. Try to avoid extra keys on your timing. Try to work on your position. Try to work on, the location of your tangents on this graph.